I mean, it could be helpful. All right, let me try to actually do this. I'll try to actually do it. Let me take another sip of coffee because I just read and it's it can be helpful. So we'll try. We'll try. Welcome inside the mind's eye. We explore the thoughts, ideas, emotions, experiences of those that are experiencing what it's like to be this, whatever this is. Welcome back. All the things that are good. Today, topic, non-duality. What is it? What is it? What is non-duality? I guess I'll start with saying just like the simplest way to put it, non-dual, not two. It's like a spiritual or philosophical mode of operating or being in the world. It's an awareness of what is actually occurring through one's experience. You could say that it's a type of yoga. Because inherently or definitively, yoga means unity. It means unity of being. So to be in yoga means to be in unity with what is, or to have a yogic practice is the practice of depending on the type of yoga, whether it's intellectual or with your body. You've got mind, body, spirit, these three aspects of your being that we want to, or the yogic principles would want to attune them to harmonize with what is, to create, like your entire being is an instrument. Your form is an instrument that can be attuned with capital R reality, and that's yoga. It's like your yogic practice is the practice of that, and there's many different forms, like Kriya Yoga. There's all these terms. I'm not quite familiar. I can't speak about it, or else I'll ruin it. It's because I don't actually know the terms, and then the internet hate nerds are going to show up and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Like that one time, by the way, sidebar, the one time I decided to start talking about Dzogchen meditation. I did like a whole post on the website about Dzogchen meditation, and I talked about what it is, and like let's be honest, I don't know shit about Dzogchen meditation. I really don't. I had an experience, and then I ended up on a Dzogchen Wikipedia and was like, that's what happened to me, and then I made a post about it. So the internet hate nerds showed up, and apparently I know nothing of Dzogchen. And then I was like, that's the point. Like, yes, yes, that's the whole point. When you know nothing, you've arrived. Like, that's it. Anyway, so non-duality itself, it's the new kind of hip spiritual communities are forming around this non-dual perspective that we all are one, and that there is no you. It's basically what non-dual says. There's not me and this cup. There's not me and this screen. There just is. Non-dual is a understanding that everything is arising spontaneously and expressing itself as this. And there's no separation. There's no me and the world. There just is what is occurring. So that's the base level of like what non-duality is. Now, other people can have ideas about that and have thoughts about what it could be or what to do with it. But essentially, if you understand what I just said, you can turn off the video and go live your life. There's nothing else. Truly, madly, deeply, like I said, Savage Garden, there's nothing else. If you're able to understand or experience, and that's the thing, is like, it's not even really, experience isn't a valid way of recognizing this, because it's not special, and some experiences are they differentiate from the base level of being that non-duality is pointing to. One of the key tenets of a non-dual teaching or a non-dual perspective is a recognition that the story of your life, the life that you've been leading, every experience that you've ever had leading up to right now is not real, okay? It's an imaginative fiction that exists only in your head. So that's one of the proponents of non-duality, or at least what some teachers of non-duality kind of speak to when they're approached by by seemingly others that want to understand how to embody this state of being, the state of oneness or unity with reality. One of the things these teachers point to is it's very important for them that you recognize that you're not real, that your story or the character that you carry around is a complete fiction, and that is true. Okay, it is absolutely true. Whatever it was that brought us to this moment right here is irrelevant to the fact that this moment is the only thing that's alive, and this is another aspect to it. But to talk about the moment is to miss the moment, because there is no moment. That everything is just in a state of perpetual actualization. So everything is just waving or expressing itself or being itself in the form of you, me, everything that ever was, everything that ever will be, and everything that's occurring within the mind or a mind or your mind. So it's just like you go to a non-dual group, or you listen to what I'm talking about, or you're into this type of thinking. What happens for me and what can happen for you is it's almost like a release valve. It's like, oh shit, the story I'm carrying around about who I need to be is bullshit. Oh shit, the idea about where I need to go is a fucking dream fiction that doesn't really matter. Like I can just exist and it's okay. Like, oh shit, like it's not as scary as I make it out to be. But if you're awake, if you're present, if you're existing, you're a person. If you're alive, you're conscious. And non-duality is pointing to that consciousness is the same for all of us. All of us are just awake or just conscious. And that is what everything is what non-duality is claiming, okay? And I want to say claiming because at the end of the day, when it comes to this type of stuff, I would venture to say it's your responsibility to see for yourself what it is that's happening. Like I know what's happening. I've figured out some way of being or interacting with whatever the fuck is going on. I mean, it's crazy to exist. This is fucking crazy. Like it's crazy, okay? I found a way to I'm like getting real quiet, like I hope nobody hears me. I found a way to exist and not be plagued by feelings of despair and confusion, but I found it through these lenses that I'm sharing. But I think it's everyone's responsibility to discover this for yourself. Everything that anybody ever says about what's going on is just a claim. Okay, just a claim, and you could figure it out on your own. It's for you. That's the life's journey. Welcome to the show. So whatever it is, non-duality is shared presence or consciousness. So whatever it is that hears these words is what we are. And then even deeper, whatever it is that's conscious of hearing these words is what we are. It is the film or the background being out of which all occurs, okay? And we're all it and it's all us expressing itself in the myriad of forms, okay? That's non-duality. Another tenet or proponent of it is that there is no me or you in the field of consciousness. Okay, so if you start to pay attention, you start to watch, like right now, if you start to watch and pay attention, you'll start to see that there's thoughts arising. My voice is changing. It's going up and down. My hands are moving. They're going in and out, and there's no control. Okay, there's just consciousness as expression in the form of me and you. It's just consciousness appearing as me and you. Okay, that's what everything is. That's what the chair is behind me. That's what the hair on my head is. And I'm not doing anything to grow the hair. It's growing. But it could also be said that not only this is Alan Watts. He's like, what if you are growing the hair? And what if you are the one speaking? And what if you are the one chairing behind you? Like, what if you are chairing? So that's also an option as well. But non-duality says that the entire universe is expressing itself as this, arising and moving in the form of you. The entire universe is expressing itself as you. And there's what is that quote? I am not the drop in consciousness. I'm not a drop in the ocean. I am the ocean appearing as a drop. Something like that. It's basically what it says. But also you're not You're not the you're not the you're not the ocean appearing as a drop either. Everything just is. Okay, that's that's it. So the entire universe is expressing itself as this. Okay, there's no you, there's no me, there's just what is. Non-duality. And also, you are not real. The story that I carry around, the story that you carry around, is a complete fiction that only exists within your own mind, within your own head, within your own body-mind form. And in a lot of ways, it's limiting the ultimate. The story that I carry around in my head limits the ultimate potentiality of being, because stories and structure and thought compartmentalize and conceptualize things in ways that limit them. When this whatever this is ultimately expressive and it's infinite. If you're, and as you pursue these lines of thought and pursue these ideas for yourself and play around with them, digest them, see if they make sense, there's the potential for actualization to occur, which is not only can you see this intellectually or feel it experientially, but eventually what will happen is an actualized state of being will occur where through meditation or through mindfulness or through listening or practicing or dropping all this or through no will of your own, through nothing you have to do actually, like eventually what'll happen is you'll see that your character, your life, your personhood, that you're being driven, that you're not actually driving, that everything, and this is where the Tao Te Ching comes into play, like the Tao or the flow of life, everything is happening on its own. And once you can see this, it dissolves the spell that you may be living in. The spell of I need to, or I must, or this has to happen. And a level of humility can be reached, and then things will start to happen on their own all the time. Bad news is you got no free will. Good news is whoever it is that doesn't have free will isn't actually you. You could literally sit with that for like the rest of the day, try to see if that can make sense for you. But that's what it's pointing to is ultimately speaking, and actualized, non-duality actualized is a recognition that everything's unfolding on its own in a state of choiceless awareness or a choicelessness of being, that everything is just flowing. And then all the things I used to struggle for and try for, and the peace and the happiness and the practices and the exercises and all the things I thought I needed to do to be okay, no longer got to do them. Being is being, like you're just okay. Because there's nothing that needs to be done. Everything's happening. So I think that's it for today. We got a lot of stuff here that I'm going to have to sort through. Am I missing anything? We touched on non-duality. We touched on all sorts of shit. This was a good ep. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Please have a great rest of your day. And like, subscribe, follow, comment. Do whatever you want to do. Say what you want to say. Say what you need to say, my friends. And have a good afternoon, evening, or good night. Say what you need to say.